We can do more with less. I think this graph proves it and tells you the tale of our future. It shows us that it is possible to decouple food production from land use. For a long time, this wasn't the case. The global land use for agriculture peaked around 2000, and since then it has had a downward trend, meaning we are, for the first time in history, doing more with less on a global scale. What does this mean? This illustrative map has helped me to get a grasp of what progress means and what it would mean if we denied the importance of progress. This is the African continent in 2050. The color represents how much more or less cropland is needed by that year. If we were to continue in a business-as-usual manner, many countries in sub-Saharan Africa would need to increase their cropland area by up to 250%. It corresponds alarmingly well to this map, showing the projected habitat loss for all species if we continue with business as usual. This is, needless to say, depressing. Yeah. But here is Africa in 2050. If we were to make 4 fundamental changes in the way we use arable land to grow crops. The first change would be the adoption of healthy diets. That include a reduction in meat consumption, reduction, not elimination. This goes back to the trophic levels you learn about in school. We'd eat more of plants and less of the consumers of plants. This would transfer more of the sun's energy to our bodies, rather than eating an animal that eats the crop in our stead. The second change would be to reduce food waste. There's a video about it. Food waste is estimated to represent 6% of the global emissions every year. There are many suggestions on how to reduce food waste. One I favor is Smil's point on the basic human need compared to what a country actually produces. An average human needs around 2,200 kilocalories. Yet, when you look at a country's food supply, many of them reach about 3,300 kilocalories. It seems there's simply too much food produced compared to what we need in affluent countries. The third change would be to optimize trade. The idea is to structure the global trade in a way that would alleviate areas with the greatest mean losses of species due to habitat loss. If you preserve the grassland as grassland, Serengeti remaining Serengeti, I let you buy my food produced in a less biodiverse area. The last, and to me the most fascinating change, would come by closing the yield gap. Look at this. Closing yield gaps would, as you can see, reduce the need for land to below today's level. In many low-income countries, the change would be big. So big that if you combined all these fundamental changes, we would preserve nearly 7 million square kilometers of land. India and Germany combined, twice. We must, on the whole, make more food with less land to protect our wildlife, their habitat, and our common home in space. Thank you for the opportunities that lie ahead. See you next week. Bye.